Good evening. This is the April 12, 2017 meeting of the Auburn Conservation Commission. This meeting is being broadcast live and is also being recorded, and that recording can be viewed at the town website, which is auburnguide.com. The first item on tonight's agenda is a 7 o'clock public hearing, an application from Ronald Booth O'Leary, a request for determination for the demolition and reconstruction of a dwelling and removal of trees on property located at 264 Bryn Mawr Avenue in Auburn. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second that. Go ahead. Second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed to vote? Is Mr. Booth O'Leary here? Because I don't see him. Do we hear from him?
No.
Okay. We had made a site visit, and I thought he knew he had to be here tonight.
Well, maybe he's running a little late.
Okay. Well, in that case, we will hold the 7 o'clock public hearing. And actually, we have something else scheduled for 7 p.m. So,
We do.
excellent planning on our part. The next item, also scheduled for 7 p.m., is a notice of intent filed by Andrew Lawton of Impact Fitness for the redevelopment of an existing commercial site to include a parking lot, access driveways, utilities, stormwater management, drainage, and landscaping on property located at 314 Washington Street. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed to vote? Good evening.
Hello there, I'm Mary Ann Pinto, 3 Oaks Environmental, and representing the applicant today. You folks have continued hearings because we were waiting to see what the planning board was going to do with the stormwater situation.
Right.
And I have a letter from the peer review, and it basically says the hydraulic and hydrologic calculations were reviewed, and LEI concurs with the conclusions presented. So they agreed with the stormwater.
Has that been shared with us before tonight?
It was dated April 7th. I can give you this copy.
I think that would be helpful.
I get that.
I don't think we
You haven't
did.
seen that yet.
No, I don't think
And
so.
they made some other minor recommendations, where there were straw wattles and silt fencing on the steep slopes. They said we want straw bales
Okay.
in those areas just because of the steepness, and so that'll be a minor change.
Can I keep this or?
Yes, you may have it.
Oh, all right.
It's
good.
a
I'll
second
make some
copy.
copies. Did you want to look at it now, Michael?
Yeah, I'd like to take a quick look.
I circled the things that were relevant. There's one also regarding the EPA SWIP, Stormwater Pollution Prevention Plan. EPA changed their regulations and updated it in February 16, 2017, so they just want to make sure that the current SWIP with the project is reflects the updated.
Okay. Based on Lennard's peer review, will there be any changes made to the plan?
Nothing in the buffer zone or that's subject to jurisdiction under the Wetlands Protection Act.
Now, I know we made a site
Moving a
visit.
tree and that kind of thing outside the buffer.
All right. I know we made a site visit and it appeared for the upper parking lot that there was going to have to be a fair amount of fill run onto the site.
Right.
I mean, do you know what arrangements are going to be made for that? That has to be approved by planning board, right?
Yeah, it's, I believe so. So the planning board
Over
over
a
here.
certain amount, they have to approve it.
Okay. And I think the last time we were here, I asked you for a calculation on how much cubic feet of fill was going to be required.
Vito.
Did you do one?
I didn't do it.
Okay.
The engineer would be doing that.
Well, did he do one?
Did Vito?
Obviously, from Vito, I know we had a planning board meeting, they went over the parking lot, and we discussed back and forth different ways, and I think the only changes they recommended for us were just the egress and inlet outlets. That's what they were really focused on.
Right. But again, no impact or changes to the plan that was previously submitted?
No, that's all going to remain the same.
All right. All right. Any questions from the board?
Well, to the chair, my only question was that we had asked for the amount of soil that was going to be used.
All right.
You did say that. Thank you.
I mean, is that a calculation you can provide to us?
Cubic fill, I think that would have to either come from an engineer or from the company we're going to get, that's
Right.
going to run through the demo and the fill.
All right, so you don't have a calculation yet?
No, not
Okay. All right, that's fine.
You could make it contingent, I mean, if you were going to close the hearing today, you can make it, the permit contingent upon receiving that information.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Are there any questions from the audience? Okay, there being none, is there a motion to close?
So close.
So
Make
moved?
a motion, so moved, make this close.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, it's a vote. Thank you very much, Mr. Pinto. Okay. We have a few minutes before the 7:10 public hearing. We have received a letter from Chris Kiersey regarding a request for extension.
Yep.
And this is for property located at 65 Chestnut Street at Auburn. Sheila, do you know when we issued the order of conditions?
Yes, it was April,
This is a 9/2014 on there.
Was it April 9th?
whatever it says,
That's
yeah.
what it says on his
Yeah.
letter.
All right. It's a few days late, but,
Is that the day? March 30th, he came in though. He came in on March 30th.
I see that. Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. And so actually, we
April
didn't
9th was a
have,
Sunday, it wasn't a business day.
exactly.
My daughter's birthday.
Oh, April 9th.
And so we were not in session before March 30th, so that's fine. Did you pull the file
Uh,
or the order of conditions?
yes.
Okay.
You want to look at it?
I would, very
Okay.
quickly.
Whoa, look at that.
That was good. That was very good.
Shuffleboard.
Okay. Anyone care to see it? Doesn't really say much. Is there a motion?
Make a motion to extend the order of conditions
I've got a date of April 9th, 2020.
for April 9, 2020 for 65 Chestnut Street, Mass DEP file number 0980716.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's a vote. We have 2 more minutes.
Thank you. Yeah, that's just,
Okay.
his
Oh, that
request
makes- yeah.
and
Okay.
just 3 pages to the extension.
Everything's just extension.
Sheila?
So we've got, what, did somebody sign on the other page? Is the other signatures?
No, you didn't give it to me.
Yes, the
Did
signatures
you,
on that, that's
oh,
extension.
we
Yeah.
can
do that.
I did, I just Louise didn't do
Oh,
it.
you didn't have,
Oh, the,
oh,
yeah,
I'm
everyone-
sorry, I
We
thought
have
it
one.
was
That's okay.
1 minute. I
No,
thought,
it
did
was
we need
me.
to do the,
Yeah, yeah.
the
That
order?
sign
I
that
thought
top
the
page.
old order.
We'll do it after.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll sign
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Seven.
You sign the top page.
Gotcha. I think I had gone around it. Just asking.
You really don't want to waste that time, do you? God.
A lot of stuff to do.
Where are you going next?
I have to look for stuff, like $1,000 worth of candles that I lost in my house.
Oh, no.
They're somewhere, I'll find them.
Right.
And it being 7:10, the next item on our agenda is 7:10 public hearing by Carlo Panarelli, a request for determination for the removal of debris and pavement repair for property located at 889 Southbridge Street. Is there a motion open?
So moved.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed to vote.
Louise did.
Is anyone here on behalf of Mr. Panarelli?
Yes, sir, Mr. Chairman, I am. My name is Matt Morrow. I am an environmental consultant working on behalf of Mr. Panarelli.
Okay.
Before I started on the presentation, I just wanted to offer my apologies to the board. I know there were a couple of mix-ups when I filed previously. I had a lot of issues going home between my son and my mom that I had to, take the bull by the horns on. So I was kind of out of focus. And that is not my norm, I swear.
Okay.
Anyway, I'm going to make this real brief. This is actually a very simple RDA. The plan you see before you is a plan that Mr. Panarelli had submitted for development in 2005. I'm using that plan because it shows the wetland edge that was previously delineated that I went out and reflagged.
Okay.
If you looked at the site, you probably saw really bright pink flags that glow in the dark that say wetland boundary. Those were mine. I went up to re-verify what was previously flagged. I knew I was on the right trail when I found, blue remnants from whoever else had flagged it.
Right.
The wetland does continue around. It also actually kind of continues up over here too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a very large system that goes in the back here.
Right.
I also noticed there's a subtle kind of a wetland that bleeds off over here too, but this is the area that affects. So essentially, this is the existing building highlighted in yellow.
Right.
The intermittent stream is highlighted in blue. The wetland edge is highlighted in orange, and the edge of the buffer zone is highlighted in blue and orange, okay? In this area here, as well as areas that are out of the buffer zone, Mr. Panarelli simply wants to go in, clean up a lot of detritus that has accumulated over the years. He also wants to repair any pavement that may be crumbling. There's no expansion proposed in this, there's no construction proposed in this, it's just simple maintenance work. And that would be, he would be in and out, and he does it.
So specifically, what areas is he going to clean up?
There's areas over here that are crumbling, there are areas behind here that are crumbling, and there are areas that have accumulated a lot of detritus around the dumpsters and in the back here too.
Okay.
That's where the trailers were and the
Yeah.
other building material were in the
Yes.
back? And that's gonna be picked up as well?
He wants to get rid of them, yeah.
Okay, all right. Good enough.
Apparently, he's had a few clients that were interested, and the place was kind of unkempt.
Right.
It kind of turned people off, so he wants to clean that area up.
How is it going to be cleared out? Is it going to be done by hand, or what kind of machine is going to be used, if any? If
The
you know.
cleanup itself would be done by hand. I mean, anything that would be need to pull like trailers out, trucks or anything like that, he'd do that.
Right.
If he had to repair pavement, it would obviously be done, cold patch.
Okay.
He didn't indicate to me that he had any plans to rip up pavement. He only said he had plans to repair pavement.
It didn't seem like there was a lot of pavement. We went in the snow, but it
Block,
didn't
yeah.
look like there was a lot of pavement back there, is there? It looked like
A lot of it
was,
is crumbling along the sides,
Right.
like right along the edges. And he had indicated to me that he just wants to go in there and kind of patch it up.
Okay.
The buses were.
What are you proposing erosion control measures though, or a barrier between?
I'll put whatever you want. I hadn't proposed any. I didn't think they
Right.
were necessary because he wasn't doing any digging per se.
Uh-huh.
But I mean, in the process of patching pavement, if he's using cold patch, it might be a good idea.
Mhm.
Put up some wattles, maybe along the edge of the property lines here, just to control anything that might blow in.
That was my thought.
It's not a bad idea, considering it does get slopey over here, so.
Mhm.
That was our area of concern.
And how long would you think the work would take? A matter of a day or two? If that long?
Yeah, maybe a week. He
Okay.
tends to putter.
Okay.
He does very good work, but from what I've seen of him, he tends to putter.
All right. All right. Any questions from the board?
You did speak to that issue that we had talked about, the area above and back.
Right.
Yep.
We talked about it. Thank you.
Any questions from the audience? Yes, please stand up and state your name.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Doreen Goodrich with my son Sean Goodrich. We received a butter notification as we're direct abutters to the back of the property.
Mhm.
And what we've heard...
You probably received a few. I apologize for the
No,
confusion.
we have, that's okay. So our, certainly hearing what is being proposed, lays some of our concerns. There's been significant amount of clearing on that property that we had concerns about. We were concerned that there would
Know what that was,
be additional
yeah.
clearing. We're concerned with erosion. So we just wanted to come tonight to see if there would be any any tree cutting, clearing, anything like that, but it doesn't sound like
There's
that's
no
the case.
vegetational clearing, no expansion of pavement, no digging, no construction proposed. None.
So I do have one more question for the chairman.
Please.
If there's any, if we observe any clearing or brush cutting or any work to that nature, we should alert the town to that?
Contact Ms. Conroy, and then we will take appropriate action.
All right, it's just, my son is the one that lives in the home, but, they've cleared, I think, even some of his property. So if anything were to be done, we'd ask that there be clear, surveying done to ensure that they weren't on his property.
I understand.
That's Ricky, right, it's Ricky, I know.
Thank you so much.
All right,
Thank you. Yep.
Right here. It's on that side, that's that street.
This is woods over here, so it may be over here, over here. Another list one.
I took a picture before we left, just so you could have.
What was your last name again? I'm sorry.
Goodrich?
May I take this? Just wanted to show it.
Sure, yeah.
Please,
May I, Mr. Chairman?
you may.
Ma'am, I just wanted to ask, come up here then, I guess.
Just don't hit anyone.
I was just gonna bring it over to you. It's foam, so. I was gonna say, where are you in relation to this, where's the area?
Ricky's right back.
Yeah,
There's no
we're in
street.
the back, so this is the building that's in question.
Right.
And so I just wanted you to see the significant
just
drop
Sure.
that doesn't show that.
No.
Yep.
So this will be my,
Yeah, thank you very much.
30 Hill Street,
Okay.
He's right on Hill Street, right?
Yeah, right directly
so I'm
behind
right
it.
in the woods, right?
We just wanted you to have some
Looking right at
perspective.
that.
Yeah, there was some clearing over here. Okay.
Yeah, they cleared it all right to the line, and
Right over
they
here.
kind of went in. Yeah, all this is wide open, and then this is almost.
Yeah, he was gonna do something here construction-wise, so he
Just so
probably
I get
jumped the gun
everyone.
on it.
Michelle,
Michelle.
so I got everyone. Thank you.
It's
Okay.
this area over here.
Right. When we walked it, I mean, there was some construction materials there, some piping and that sort of thing
Mhm.
behind the building, so. If there are no other questions, is there a motion to close? Is there a second?
Yes, sir.
I'll second, yeah, so that's running down, that's where that flat spot is, down the hill that goes down.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed to vote? All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We probably will issue a decision tonight.
How you doing?
Good.
Nice to see you. If you need to come and call me tomorrow, I can tell you what happened.
Absolutely.
Just sit. I mean, it's probably gonna be another half an hour, but it's up to you.
No problem. I'll call you tomorrow.
All right,
Thank
fine.
you.
All right, thank you.
And I'm going to recall the 7 o'clock public hearing for Ronald Butholer, a request for determination for the demolition or reconstruction of a dwelling and removal of trees on property located at 264 Bryn Mawr Avenue in Auburn. Is there a motion to reopen?
So moved?
Is there a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed to vote?
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good.
Excellent.
We just wanted to, you guys, we walked it Saturday, so
We did. We had a chance to walk the property. It's a very nice piece of property, great views. So, what sort of erosion control measures are you proposing to install?
9-inch waffles, if, we'll just run it right along the shoreline.
Okay,
Then that way we don't have to worry about any erosion or filtration.
right. And I know, the setback of the house is quite a distance from the shore.
Right.
How close, and when you do your work, how close do you think, or what will be the closest you'll get to the shoreline? Well over 100 feet, right?
Yeah, if we start stumping and stuff like that,
Right.
to take the stumps out,
Uh-huh.
I'd imagine it depends how many trees are gonna come down right up to the shoreline.
Right. And all those are going to be removed from site?
Right,
Okay. All right.
yeah.
Any questions from the board? Any questions from the audience? Very agreeable group tonight.
The ones that he has, he didn't say how close those were? How, is that gonna make a difference? If
Uh,
he's stumping?
Well, by stumping, it means removing,
The
cutting,
stumps.
removing the stumps.
Yeah.
You're not grinding them, right?
No,
Okay, you're removing them.
yeah, we're
Okay.
removing them.
Okay.
Okay. So, all right. And you have nothing else to submit to us, right?
No.
Okay.
no.
That's it.
I just want, you already got the plan that I wanted to submit to you. Okay, just a 9-inch waffle, if that's fine enough.
Right.
We'll, we'll install that so we got no problems.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, if there are no other questions,
One more.
there
Are
may be
you
one
planning
more.
on doing anything with that, the run with the driveway basically that goes down into the water? It's-
Well,
No, that's gonna be untouched.
You're gonna leave that for
Yeah,
the
it's
time
untouched.
being?
It's just gonna be untouched for now. For the
Okay.
time being, we haven't decided what we're gonna do with it just yet.
Okay,
But it's, for the most part, it's just gonna be there.
okay,
Mhm.
alright.
Okay, so if there are no other questions,
Nice piece.
is there a motion to close?
Make a motion to close the hearing?
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed to vote? Thank you very much.
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
We'll probably make a decision tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay,
No
you're welcome.
questions,
Okay.
no. All right, thanks.
Be here after 9.
All right, have a good day. Have a good night, I should say.
Have a good night, you guys. Happy
Yeah.
Easter.
Thank you, same to you.
Okay. Yeah.
Just like the model.
Mr. Grabowski,
Yes, sir.
come on up.
Thank you. Mr. Fine is here also, thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you, Richard.
Did you get a chance to look up what the storage was for the CVS?
Thank you.
All right, good evening.
Good evening, Commission. Yes.
So we went out to the property probably 2 weeks ago,
Mm-hmm.
and we met Mr. Fond there, also Mr. Samuel was present. And I think we had come up with a solution to the ponding that was existing in the back of Waterman Avenue.
Thank you.
And so if you would, just review with us what you propose to do.
We were out there again today, and the gradient clearly is from west to east. The Waterman Drive, number 2, I believe it is higher. The water is over here. Orient. The pooling area, it was an old cart road. Here it goes through. The pooling area, this area was about 4 inches higher. It actually was weeping over and coming into this location. So groundwater, as I explained before, was coming down from upgrading. There's a hill up above us, a slight hill. It moves down through here. This is our 628 elevation outflows over here. We did propose to open up, Mr. Fine discussed with you, opening this up to ensure that the elevation over here matched whatever was the elevation at this location. We couldn't get this, if we keep to the 628, which was permitted, the best we can do over here is make sure that this drops as quickly as this drops by having that berm out. There was a corrugated metal pipe in here, dug up, it was rotted. There might have been weeping through that pipe, even though it was crushed, and it appeared that our end was covered over also. But even if there was some weeping, it would have helped to keep this water elevation to this water elevation. So by taking and there is a low point, there's 2 low points on that cart road that I observed today and photographed. Either one of them would be very minor in size, 2.5 feet wide, a slight slope coming down, and the whole case would be is how deep do we take it? A foot down, potentially lower, and that would clearly allow them to flow into our area. And but this still would be no lower than what this pooling area is. And presently the water was weeping out that trench. And when we develop lot 6, that'll be a nice swale, still maintaining that 628. So we'll never get any higher as long as we don't fill that in, and there'll be an order of conditions on. There is an order. There'll be a certificate. You'll be viewing that 628. We'll most likely shoot it along there to prove to you when you come out for that lot that we kept the 628. And that's what we would do there. Mr. Fine believes, and it is narrow as far as the width that he has to cut, because when Mr. Lemansky cut and Quinn Design cut, we did get right into that cart road. So we don't have to channel through an entire width of 10, 12 feet or 10 feet, 3 feet wide, 4 feet wide, going from their lot to, or their direction to ours, east to west, and then down a foot. And you would take that material at least away from that area and bring it, I think it's just a wheelbarrow type of situation, but we would put a stake out there to show you the existing elevation and show you that we dropped it, that if you're accepting 1 foot, we would show you that we dropped it 1 foot.
Okay. Any questions from the board? Mr. Samia,
Yes, sir.
do you understand what he's proposing to do?
I do not.
Okay, so Glenn, in English,
sir.
and Glenn, in English, can you, when we went out to the property, the same day we saw you, it appears there actually is a pretty straightforward solution to this, and that would be to basically either put in a trench or maybe a drainage swale, if you will, to basically drain what the water that's pulling from your property into the pond that exists at the back of Pioneer Lane. It seems, it seems, or it should work. It should be fairly easy to accomplish. Should be fairly quick to accomplish, and it should be also fairly inexpensive for the applicant to take care of.
Okay.
Okay, and so again, I think, and you know, when we saw it and when we visualized it, it seemed the solution seemed pretty self-evident to me at least. So, and I think you concur with that. So,
Yes.
How long would it take you to do the work?
1 week, 2 weeks from now, when do you
From now.
think you'd be able to get it?
I will be able to get it done in about 10 days.
Okay. I mean, and I only ask that because it would be our intention to continue the public hearing to allow you to do the work and then hopefully give us a chance to review what's been done to see if in fact it's alleviated the problem in Mr. Samia's property. So, do you think you can have it done by the time of our next meeting on April 26th?
2 weeks.
Yes, yes, on the
All right. All right. So why don't we do that then? We'll continue this to April 26th. We will make arrangements to go to the property, say the Saturday before, or maybe even a few days before, depending on your schedule, and we'll see how we'll see if you've had success in alleviating the problem.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Thank you again. The one thing I left out on the site for you, at the channel that leads out, there's an orange ribbon around an oak stake. That is 628.
Okay.
So that, just to give us a guide on what's going on.
All right.
All right.
All right. Very good.
Thank you again.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you. I always thought the water was going the other way. I thought it was going from Mr. Fann's fence, but it's really going the other way.
No, it's west to east, and
Yeah.
it's downgrade. Lot 6 is going that direction. It's going towards that.
Pushing.
What was I reading that? All right, maybe I must have read the word.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
You want?
okay.
I put them all.
And then you actually have to walk.
Me too.
over.
Me too.
Yeah, here's the fence. I
Yeah.
think, right in here.
When my friend George came in a year ago,
So
the
it's
handles
going
obviously came with
from
them.
Waterman Road over into
No.
Pioneer. Yeah.
They have gone.
We can't do that.
That seems like something you can ask Erica.
So I called Koopmans, I'm
Yes.
like, no, just order another set. And she's like, no.
It's almost like,
What do you mean,
I'm like, but Deb, I
are
can't
they
buy
special
them
to
yet.
the doors?
I'm like, no. She was just like, Michelle,
Yeah.
we sent them. They have to be somewhere in your house. Look harder. If they're too expensive, look harder in your house. They've got to be somewhere. She's like, they're too expensive for me to order you another set.
it absorbs into the ground.
She's like, look around again. I'm like, Deb, I have one. And she's like, I don't care, look
Such a
some
little
more.
trickle.
Does
What's
Eric
the
know
more?
where he put them?
No.
Debbie's on the up and up too. She's
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah, that was Deb. She was so funny. Yeah. She was just like, Michelle. She's like, Michelle, how are you closing your door? I'm like, with screws right now. I'm like, I don't know.
All right. Good evening.
Yeah.
Where were they gonna be?
Yeah.
Where were they gonna be?
Yeah.
Where?
That's my bedroom.
Your bedroom, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they're
the
kind of
French
really
doors
Oh, yeah.
and the sliders. All 3 sets of handles are
I
gone.
just wondered what the price gonna be.
They're probably all together.
Yeah.
They probably
All right.
double wrap them together.
So if you want to come and look too and give me a quote on how much millions of dollars that's gonna
I charge $150 an hour. I'd be happy
Yeah, you charge
to
for
to
tiling
ransack your
work,
house
you
to
mean?
find those handles.
Am I gonna be tiling in the spring, summer, fall? I'll
be.
be.
Like now.
go.
Really? You gotta go, you guys
All
are
right,
like.
we'll do this later.
Serious.
Next matter on tonight's agenda is the 7:30 public hearing for O'Reilly Auto Enterprises. I had conversation with their engineer, Mr. Mignon, and there were, as a result of the peer review, there are some items that the applicant needs to address. The planning board continued their public hearing to Monday, April 25th. And so after a discussion with Mr. Mignon, it was agreed that the public hearing for O'Reilly Auto Enterprises would also be continued to our next meeting. So can I have a motion, please?
Motion to continue the meeting for O'Reilly Auto Enterprises to the next meeting, which would be.
4:26.
Do we have anything on?
26th,
I'm going
2019.
to put it to 7 o'clock.
Okay,
Right
Yeah,
now we
7
don't have
o'clock.
anything.
okay, very good.
Great.
Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote. Okay. So we have,
Decisions to sign.
we have to act on 2 requests for determination and also a notice of intent. So why don't we do the request for determinations first?
Okay.
Okay. So with respect to this Ronald Booth O'Leary, the request for determination for 264 Bryn Mawr Avenue, is there a motion?
Make a motion that we give a negative determination for Ronald Boutier on 264 Bryn Mawr Ave.
All right. Are there any conditions attached to your motion? 'Cause-
Anything to do with the plan that he submitted?
And because I asked the question that way, there probably are.
Yes, there probably are. I need to itemize these.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, the regular conditions.
No.
No,
No,
actually,
we're-
that's, we requested an order, it's just
I'm
the
sorry.
straw wattles.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, that's correct.
What I was going to suggest
Thank you.
is that Mr. Booth O'Leary suggested or said he would install a 9-inch wattle
That's
along the shoreline between the work area and the shoreline. Also, they're going to be cutting trees, and there was a suggestion made that the stumps be removed from the property. So,
Dark brown.
Okay, issue a negative determination, assuming that these items were
all right.
conditions as quoted.
So do you understand what
The
we're...
wattles and then what was the other thing?
Installation of 9-inch wattles,
Yeah.
and then
Stumps to be
that
removed.
stumps, all tree stumps would be removed,
Okay.
and no grinding of stumps on
Completely
the site.
removed, as Michelle had marked.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion?
Thank you.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? It's a vote.
All right.
Okay.
Here we go. I'll just put in this here.
Sorry, that was my error.
No problem.
Moving stumps.
And we've got the diesel spill tank that we're still talking
Right.
about.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I will not be at the next meeting, so hopefully everybody else can come, so we have a quorum.
26, I am be away, but I'll be back on the 26th. I'll be back on the 25th.
Okay. The next request for determination was for 889 Southbridge Street. Is there a motion?
Make a motion that we issue a negative determination, subject to the condition that they put straw bales, right?
Or wattles.
All wattles around that back corner of the property in the approximate location where the wetland is.
Okay, so between the wetlands and the area where the
Work's to be
the
done.
work's to be done. Okay. Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second that motion.
Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote.
There we go. I've had it for a few years. Just warm up.
It is one,
Yeah.
power surge.
You,
Okay, and then finally for 314 Washington Street, we have to issue an order of conditions. So who wants to volunteer?
she already had her paper out.
No,
She did.
no,
I
no.
She
saw it.
already had her
I did.
paper out.
She's peeking.
She had her paper out. She was all ready to do
I'll
it.
offer the paper if anyone would like to.
Does anyone need one?
I'll do it. I want to
Yes,
get out
I
of here
do.
quick, so I'll-
Okay, you go,
Hey,
Tom.
We can run it out.
No, Tom's got it
All right.
ready. He's on.
All right. Mr. Farrell.
You know what?
Thanks, Tom.
Seriously, doing an order of conditions is like learning to ride a bicycle. The more you do it, the better you get at it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I can even do it at the 9.
You may
I
crash.
must smell.
Crash a
Everybody
few
sits
times.
on that side of the table. Seriously, I wore perfume today, showered. I was just noticing that.
Thanks,
I was noticing when I was putting your thing there, I said,
Thank you
poor
for sharing.
Michelle.
That's
right.
Thank you for sharing.
Poor Michelle, I just noticed that.
And
I'm
too much
sitting here all
information
by
at the same
myself.
time.
Right, I agree.
So
I'm
thanks.
sitting here all by
It's nothing-
myself
It's
on the
nothing
side.
personal. You know what? We'll have to get more members to join you.
Right,
Yes,
I've been working on that.
you know.
I understand. And we're gonna go.
As a matter of fact, it was listed in the Auburn Guide, the openings and vacancies on committees,
Mhm.
and ours was omitted.
And after we do the order conditions, there are some applicants, and hopefully they will be interviewed in the next few weeks.
Oh,
Great,
great.
oh, that
Very
sounds
good.
good.
Great.
Great, I
Is
just,
one Mark Jordan?
Not sure.
I did notice that in Bull Street
Is that the one that
afterwards.
came
Okay,
in?
Yes.
Tom's on,
Okay.
Okay,
Tom's on.
all right, I'm glad that someone is assuming the challenge.
He's-
I don't
Okay,
have
let's
it.
go,
All right.
Tom.
You go.
Make a motion, we issue it standard order
Mhm.
plus special conditions number 1,
I'm doing this too.
2,
Yep.
3. I don't think there's replication, correct?
I don't think,
No.
no, there's no
No.
revocation.
Uh, Let's see, 5,
Mhm.
rip wrap, I don't
No, there's no
believe- nope.
revocation.
8,
Mhm.
9,
Right?
10.
No, how about
No.
11?
All right, 11.
Mhm.
Illustration and 13.
Okay.
And
That's it.
that is it.
All right, was there any riprap way in the back there with that drain pipe on?
Sheila, you're gonna get an A.
This isn't a quorum, he wasn't leading the witness.
Was it draining?
And did you wanna add to that,
That's how you look at it.
I know.
You look down.
But it's true, though, it's so
It's
true.
a pencil.
The more you
Yes,
use
there is riprap.
There is riprap.
Yes.
Okay.
you get the gold star all day.
The items that I mentioned, in
Plus
addition to special condition number 7.
7. Okay. So we just repeat that.
And did we wanna actually know, we wanna know how much, bill they're bringing in there too?
All right, so, Tom, you're proposing standard order plus 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 11, 13, correct?
Correct.
All right. And then, yes, as we discussed, one of the conditions is that we talked about is having the applicant provide us with a calculation or determination of how much fill is going to need to be brought into the property for the upper parking lot. Okay? Is there,
I'll second that.
thank you. Is there any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, it's a vote.
Good.
Yes.
Try that.
I think we told me about it. Okay, you really need to read these and do them. That's right.
All right, so just that diesel spill discussion. Oh, are you just gonna sign, you gonna mention anything about it, or
We need,
do you wanna?
no, we need the signature page for the order conditions.
Oh, it's right here. Sorry.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay.
I wanted to,
I don't feel so
Yes,
bad.
I-
That's right.
You really want us to
Yes.
sign that
She
document
thought it had
right
legs
there.
and it
This has
wasn't
to
come by
be-
itself.
Yes, it is.
Oh,
It had little legs, carried up by a few ants, maybe.
I was trying to get that in of like the 1 minute that we had to spare
I wasn't
before
sure what the fire
before
was
the
for.
finish that meeting.
Why?
I was trying to get that in 1 minute before the 7:10 meeting. At 7:09, I was like, we have to get that, we have to get that signed.
All right.
unbelievable.
So we had an oil spill?
Yes.
There was an oil spill on,
I read the
I
email.
know.
Mass pike.
Yeah.
and as a result, there was an there was a response that had to be made to where they put in booms. I don't think it actually ever really threatened the wetland area. It was what, about between 75 and 100 gallons of diesel fuel, is that right?
Yeah, it did go into the
It
water.
did.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, no, it
Okay.
Yeah,
did.
they had to
Yeah.
hurry up and get those
I just take back whatever I just said.
booms. No, they had to get those booms
The water
outside, and they had to
damage,
hurry up and change
Because of the
them.
rain.
All right.
Yeah, because of the rain was the problem.
Yeah.
Now, didn't you say that we
Yeah,
had?
it went right down the
Because-
drain.
Because actually, if you look at the map or the image that was sent to us,
Yeah.
it actually was quite a distance away from the wetland area, but I hadn't considered the
Yeah.
fact that it rained.
Yeah, I didn't have.
Yeah.
I read the
Washed
report.
it down, yeah.
Thank
Read
you.
the report.
That's great. And why don't you give a little dissertation too?
All right, so what happened is, when the guy was driving down
Yeah.
and there was a piece of debris in the middle of the road, it bounced up, it hit the diesel brake line, it
Yeah.
bounced up and it ripped that
Punctured
up
the
and
tank.
punctured the tank. And then
Mhm.
it like spewed the gas down or the diesel down, and because of the rain and all the other stuff,
Yeah.
they did, and he did everything that he could. He called everybody that he was supposed to.
Yeah.
They got on it as fast as they possibly
Yeah.
could, but
Yeah.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
Wow.
It's raining, yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming down pretty good.
Well, the work has been completed, correct?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're still doing.
They're still
some-
gonna have to
they're
do
still gonna
digging.
do some water quality
With those
and
fields.
some soil testing.
Okay.
I don't.
So in any event, it was suggested that we give them,
Can I take a look at it?
after the fact, an emergency certification.
Are the wells being used? Were the wells being used?
The two wells near were offline
They were
at the
offline
moment.
anyway,
Yeah.
yeah.
they're offline anyways, I think, because
That's
of
what
the
I
last
thought.
oil spill in November.
Right. And that's right, and they were considering putting it back
Yeah,
online,
this
but I
is
had to.
quite-
So-
Even with the rain,
Yeah.
at least it's quite a distance away from the
Yeah,
road.
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So is there a motion to approve the emergency certification?
I move that we approve the emergency certification.
I'll second that.
Is there any discussion?
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed,
They're
vote.
quite a distance away.
I always have to raise my hand whenever I do that.
Raise your hand.
Yeah, I think I'm still in school.
You're not-
Top line,
She's so
so
young.
chairperson, just to let you know.
Okay, thank you.
Some habits are hard to break.
And Ms. Conroy, I understand the meeting minutes from March 22nd are not quite ready,
Correct.
and that's fine.
See,
Thank you.
We'll take them up to the next meeting.
Okay.
Tom, you too punctual.
Is there any other business?
That's Michael.
That was Tom wants to be on time,
nothing
get done by
I made you a promise, Michelle.
I know, thank you.
Just
What was the
that,
promise?
you know, I did give
What was the
everybody
promise?
a report here.
What was the promise?
7:45.
That would
Okay.
by Corley.
That means I'll be able to catch the start of the second period of the vote game.
Yeah.
All right, is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Oh, we're still signing.
Seconded? Oh, we're
Not
still
done
signing?
signing
Not
here.
done signing yet.
Okay, we have to
Can't do
wait.
that yet.
You still have to sign.
I know.
I thought you were describing like a Chips episode, that's what it sounded like. The debris went flying and hit this.
It was a dark and
I
stormy
didn't see the
night.
new movie yet. I
I
actually watched the reruns of it because I get a good laugh. Johnny's-
Mr. Francis here from Ed was very, very nice and explained everything.
Yeah,
Who is?
Oh,
Who's that?
it was written well.
Yes.
Okay. So anyway, there's a motion to adjourn and there is a second. All those in favor?
I seconded it.
I first did it.
I think I did.
Okay.
There you go.
And then, Michael, can I take back that thing
Yes,
that
you may.
Mary Ann DePinto did? Thank you.
That's that. What else are you looking
No,
for?
Mary Ann DePinto, that thing
That
from
thing that she
Lynette,
said
or
that
is
she
it Lynette or
Yes,
Cynthia or
yes,
something?
yes. Lenore. Okay.
You
All
can
those in
keep this if
favor?
you want.
Aye.
Opposed? It's a vote. We are adjourned.
We're up.